You're watching EDFL Web TV from the Sporting Globe in Moonee Ponds, and it's time to move on to round 12. We start with Strathmore Community Bank Premier Division. A couple of very interesting rematches here. Strathmore versus Keilor. Will this be revenge for Good Friday? I like the Moors in this one.
Yeah, so do I, Taya. They're going to bounce back and get that win. They've been ultra impressive, especially recently, Strathmore.
Anzac Day, it was Avondale Heights running away from Aberfeldy. Avondale Heights are great finishers. Aberfeldy have been a team that falls in a heap. Surely this only goes the one way. Regardless of what happens in the first three quarters, I can only see Avondale Heights coming over the top and winning. It's the Heights for me.
Abbas can win, but they won't. They haven't defended Clifton Park all that well this year, and Avondale Heights continues on their merry way there.
Airport West against Greenvale at Hanson Reserve. This was the win that announced Airport West as top four contenders and a legitimate premiership threat last year. This season, it's pretty much win or go home. They need to win, and even then their percentage means that victory in the short term won't do them too many favours. Greenvale, this would be a real banana skin for them. If they win and Avondale Heights beat Aberfeldy, they will finish around in the top four for the first time this season. So the rewards are huge for the winner.
Yeah, you're right, Teo. Really tough game to tip this one, but Greenvale on the rebound, I reckon they bounce back and get that win on the road against a club that did knock them off last year in a premiership year.
Two games in the relegation zone with huge ramifications. We start with Essendon Duda Stars versus Pascoe Vale. We were at Rayburn for the first head-to-head earlier in the season, just a 2-point diff, and Essendon Duda Stars losing after being in front all day. I think they get revenge back at Nipper Jordan Oval and they get their second win of the season.
I'm going to say the Stars as well, and I'm going to say that with confidence because they've been a lot better than Pascoe Vale in recent times.
And the other match in Premier this weekend is Northern Saints against Maribyrnong Park. Should Pascoe Vale beat Essendon Duda Stars, the winner will be 2 clear of the bottom, so the rewards are huge, and I wouldn't be surprised if a few people have the EDFL match of the day going in their pocket on the EDFL team app just to stay in touch with the around the ground scores as well, because they'll want to know what's going on down at Nipper Jordan as they really know how the relegation race is shaping up after this weekend.
Yeah, those 4 teams all playing each other this weekend. This one's another one, tough one to tip, but you know what, I reckon Marby might just get up and beat the Northern Saints on the road. That's no real confidence about it, though. That's going to be a really interesting game. Make
sure you join us on Northwest FM 98.9 from 1 p.m. for EDFL Preview, and then 2 p.m. the match of the day is Aberfeldy versus Avondale Heights from Clifton Park, and then all the way through until 5:30 we'll have EDFL Review, coaches or representatives of both teams, players, and we'll also give you the comprehensive scores from around the ground in what is going to be a huge weekend in Strathmore Community Bank Premier Division, as it is in Essendon Ford Division 1, which is where we go next, looking ahead to round 12. Adam, can you find me an upset? Tullamarine hosting Hadfield and Craigieburn hosting West Coburg. I like the top pair. I like them by a fair bit. Who's got the better cause for an upset in these two matches?
Probably Hadfield. Can't see Craigieburn getting the win there. Hadfield, when they're going, they can play some pretty good footy at times, and we know Tulla have faltered obviously against Oak Park recently, so for mine Hadfield a sneaky chance there, but that's not going to happen. I'm pretty sure the top two continue on their merry way this week.
We've spoken a lot about revenge this week for some of the first head-to-heads. No case perhaps more important than the far western derby, Taylors Lakes versus Hillside. Hillside won this one first time around in what was a real landmark win for the club back in Essendon Ford Division 1. This time around, Taylors Lakes starts a fairly warm favourite, I suspect.
Yeah, they do. 2 clubs that aren't in great form at the moment, so I reckon Taylors Lakes will want to win this one quite comfortably. On the flip side, Hillside going to be obviously desperate to get the win, so this could almost be the biggest game of the round, Teo, because these are 2 clubs that hate losing against each other, and there's a lot on the line at the moment, especially for Hillside. But Taylors Lakes, they seem like they're dropping off a little bit from the top 2 at the moment. They want to make a statement and show the rest of Division 1 that they are still a contender. And
West Meadows taking on Glenroy. Glenroy out of chances for me. They can't make the top 4 even if they win this one, in my opinion. These may be famous last words. I've come a cropper a few times, most recently that Aberfeldy versus Greenvale game. Let's not harp on that for too long. But I think, Adam, that West Meadows will win, and they will continue to pull away from the rest of the chasing pack and set their sights on the top 2. Can Glenroy breathe any life back into the finals race and do everyone in that chasing pack a favour by beating West Meadows here?
Oh, of course they can, but to push Taylor's Lakes by a point last week, they can certainly beat West Meadows, who probably are a little bit inferior to Taylor's Lakes right now. So, yeah, crucial game. I'm still tipping West Meadows because they're basically locked in the top 4 now. So now it's all about proving they deserve to be there.
That's it for Essendon for Division 1. Now we look ahead to round 12 in Division 2. We anticipate some matches that might be a little bit one-sided this week. Moonee Valley heading up to East Sunbury. They should be able to win and boost the percentage there. Jacana hosting Burnside Heights. Burnside Heights did win a quarter last week, but you think Jacana will just have a little bit too much in the tank there. Let's focus on East Keilor versus Keilor Park. This one could be a real banana skin for East Keilor. I've written in the Footballer this week, what exactly do they have to play for? They're still clear of West Coburg. They're probably not going to catch Roxburgh Park on the top. And any sort of tension in the season seems to have dissipated. That might explain the slump. There's not a great deal at stake, whereas Keilor Park are playing for their lives. Can they bounce back after a very disappointing showing on EDFL Match of the Day?
I'm pretty sure down at East Keilor, Dave Battistella and the boys, they'll take a lot of pleasure out of really knocking Keilor Park out of the finals race, which they could potentially do if they do beat the Devils in this game. So, yeah, I disagree with you, Tay. I reckon there is a little bit on the line for this one for East Keilor. They need to get their mojo back, and no better way than knocking off the arch rival just down the road, Keilor Park Drive there.
Now at Cole Reserve, we've got Coburg Districts versus Roxburgh Park. Up at Lakeside, this one was a real classic. It was high scoring, and Roxburgh Park kicked away in the last quarter. Matt Mickelson, a big bag of goals. It was those 2 games in a row, or 2 games out of 3, where Roxburgh Park had the great win against Coburg Districts and the great win against East Keilor, and they were 2 of the most exciting matches of the year. Cole Reserve's a bit of a different kettle of fish, smaller ground. Coburg Districts with the home ground advantage. Can they, at the 4th time of asking, beat one of the top 2 in this division? Yeah,
of course they can. This could well be the first game Roxburgh Park drops this year, but not confident enough to tip Coburg Districts in that one, Teo. But yeah, they could very well get that win. They're begging for one of these big scalps, Coburg Districts. They could well get the job done there. And Roxy weren't exactly 100% convincing against Moonee Valley last week. So still Roxburgh Park to win, but they could get pushed all the way by the Districts.
That's it for EDFL Web TV this week. Make sure you follow all of our social media networks, the Twitter, Instagram and the Facebook, and also check out edfl.tv for the full match replays, and of course the EDFL YouTube channel. Plenty of video content there for you to go through. Adem, thank you for joining me so much this week. Very interesting round of footy coming up, and we're really looking forward to Aberfeldy versus Avondale Heights. We've got some really good games coming up in the pipeline in Essendon for Division 1 and also Division 2, which we've just tentatively marked out for the Match of the Day broadcast, so we had to go back to Premier this weekend. But we will be touring the divisions in the coming weeks as the season starts to take shape. Yeah, 98.9 Northwest FM, Teo, and a new addition to the broadcast this year, EDFL Review, 5 to 5:30. This weekend, we're debuting a new segment. Ran it by you a couple of days ago, Teo, and I'm sure you took it to Mark Turi and EDFL board, and they've ticked it off. So stay tuned for that one late in the day, obviously. If your game's finished and you've tuned in, we're debuting a new segment. Don't want to pump it up too much. Oh, you've done a stellar job of pumping it up already. But, yeah, tune in, and we're going to just try something a little bit different as part of our post-game show there. So that's Northwest FM 98.9, northwestfm.org, and also the EDFL Team app, which is free to download. You can get it for iPhone and Android. Make sure you support our sponsor, the Sporting Globe Moonee Ponds. It's here at 690 Mount Alexander Road. He's Adem Saricaoglu. I'm Teo Pellizzeri. Enjoy your weekend of EDFL football, and we'll see you back here at the Sporting Globe next week.